We here at the Game Studio Tracks always support any and all that are involved in the creation and distribution of a show we feature. We encourage any of those watching to support the official release. Thank you, and enjoy the show. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Coming to you pre-recorded from our internet couch. This is the Game Studio Tracks for November 28th, 2015. With your host, Spacebugger2448.
And Rapid Epsilon.
I didn't really try to flub it that time.
Yeah, I know. That was actually really good.
It's because I had it preemptively up. That's the thing.
You're not supposed to tell people that.
Oh. Well, we got another week of Go Busters ahead of us.
Yep.
Don't worry, we're not doing like the 3 finales in the show just yet. We're also not to the introduction of Beat and Sagbuster, who are like the best Rangers on this team. They make this show, to be honest. It's a damn shame they didn't get figure arts. Well, it helps that you have a veteran Sentai actor as Beatbuster, and Sagbuster, I don't know who's voice acting him, but he sells the character so well. And they are such a great dynamic duo.
Huh.
Like, it just works. Like, there are gifts I need to grab of these two.
Oh, God.
Anyway. Yeah, we gotta go Buster to those. But, before we get to that, anything interesting from last week or so?
I'm wanting to say there's something, but I can't think of it. Oh.
I was about to say, I'm caught up on Arc 5 outside of this current episode.
I am half tempted of just being like, screw it. I'm gonna catch up to you, and then I can just rewatch it when Glock gets back around. But
I'm tempted to say you might as well, because to be honest, there's no big stuff that I want to just have live reactions recorded for outside of one duel for one moment, and that's it.
And Glock will have more than enough reaction for that. I already know how that'll go.
For those of you wondering what it is, and I'll just describe it as this, the biggest fuck you and die I've ever seen in Yu-Gi-Oh! It is literally the biggest fuck you and die attack I've ever seen. And to be fair, it comes from the best character to have that from. You could probably guess it.
Well then.
Yeah, it's just like, yeah, this fits this moment. I buy it. I buy he busts this out right now. Because he's just that done with this.
Well,
and I love it. It's just perfect.
Maybe I should.
I'll put it this way. This outdoes fucking Odd Eyes Rebellion's debut.
Oh, wow.
Like, if you think Odd Eyes Rebellion's debut is a big old fuck you and die, this tops it. On sheer, just extremeness.
Wow. You mean, wow.
Yeah. It's just literally just fuck you and die. Literally die. Because I am going for the kill.
Jeez.
And you know, you can probably guess who the character is that's delivering this attack.
Yeah.
And you can probably guess against who, too, considering the current lineup of characters. Yeah, it's that duel. That's right before, that's actually the duel before the opening changeover. Before we get to the current opening. Mm-hmm. I think it's during like that transition period where we had the 3.5 opening, which was the 777 celebration opening. That's just a whole bunch of clips strewn together to the song, and we call it a day. Nothing that impressive. Yeah, I think I've shown you the 7-7 opening, haven't I?
I'm wanting to say yes.
I think I've shown you, the both of you, the 7-7 opening.
I think so.
Yeah, because it's
not
that
popping in my
opening.
head right out the gate, but I'm wanting to say yeah.
Yeah, it's not that good of an opening for a celebration, to be honest. And we just got it like at the tail end of the third opening, as we were about to get the fourth opening. And that duel, the next episode after that, into that duel, we get the fourth opening. And that's the opening we have from here on out.
I just remembered what I was gonna say in terms of shows, and it's the thing we missed last week. Ruby.
What do we miss last? Oh my god!
And I didn't say nothing about it because I'd forgot to watch it before we recorded last week's.
Crow! Crow, you drunk jackass! I love you. You're perfect. You're literally perfect.
He's the character we need at this point.
And I love it so much because I'm like, yep, you're the person who trained Ruby and Yang. Yep, I can see it. I totally see it.
Yeah.
This is exactly where we get their personalities from. I believe they were taught and trained by this guy, who's just so fucking bring it. And I love he's so calculated too. Because here's the thing, he baited that fight. He literally baited it.
The entire way. That's what's funny.
Uh-huh. Yeah, and he even made it look like, and he even ended it on his own terms. He's just like, yeah, I could go all out right now, but I don't feel like it. I proved my point.
It's not time for that.
Oh, that fucking tease of like, because we know he wields a scythe, but it's like, wait, that's a big sword that's a pistol? And it's like, that doesn't look like a oh.
Yeah.
So as you see those clocks, those gears start, I'm like, you son of a bitch. How dare you tease us with a scythe?
Why do I have a feeling that'll be Volume 4 material?
There better be some finale-ass shit material.
I have a feeling that'll either be, like you said, finale of this volume or like early next volume.
Oh, that's but yeah, that was pretty much this episode of Crow versus Winter. I love Ruby just walking in and being like, hey, what the hell's going on? And Weiss is like, someone's fighting my sister. She's just like, oh, what jackass could be fighting? Oh my god, Crow, kick her ass, Crow!
I love that.
Just like, oh yeah, that's Weiss' sister. I don't give a shit.
It's like, I no longer care.
This episode just shows why I love this series of just like, it's his characters. Like, the voice acting may be sometimes spotty. The action, I think, in this episode, a little spotty at times. A little bit. Like, a couple scenes were a little dodgy.
Yeah, but to be fair, knowing that, I mean, the crew is working at a loss.
Yeah.
And the way that Monty was such a perfectionist with the show, it's kind of one of those, that's to be expected, so I didn't pay much mind to that.
Yeah,
it's it was not as big of quality as what we probably should have seen, but it still worked, I feel.
Yeah. It worked it was still fine. It was just like a couple seconds of footage, just like, that's a little, yeah. But it was like just a blink and you miss it. Seeing Volume 1, Volume 2 twice over, half of Volume 1 for the third time recently, you get a lot of the Ruby. You see a lot of the Ruby action, so you know what to expect.
Well, not to mention, like how we've seen it evolve. And I feel that's the part where the most criticism has to be made, is the ones that have seen it grow.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I got to read chapter 1 of the Ruby manga.
Ooh.
Not a whole lot goes on.
Makes sense.
It's essentially Ruby and Weiss start a conversation about where dust comes from, because, to be honest, no one knows where dust comes from. All we know is it's magic. The Schnee Corporation uses it to make stuff, and that's it.
Well, it's magic. There's your explanation. There's where it came from. It just poops.
And before this conversation could go any further, John literally comes flying out of nowhere, lands on their table, knocks the fuck out because carded. And we end the chapter there. And I'm like, is this like some like that whole situation, Volume 1? Because I'm not sure where this takes place. There's no definitive, like, this takes place somewhere.
Oh, that's a good question.
I would think it does that, because Cardin, like, becomes non-existent after the Jean little mini arc at the latter half of Volume 1.
Yeah.
Like, him and the rest of Team Cardinal just become goons to get smacked around by Petra. That's literally what they become. But yeah, also the start of the manga kind of replicates the Ruby, or the Red trailer.
Ah.
Yeah, it replicates it a little bit, duplicating some of the action that happened in that, and that's pretty much Chapter 1. I don't know when the chapter's released, so I'll just keep an eye out for whenever Chapter 2 comes out. Because I assume we'll, like, push forward a story there. The entire point of the manga is supposed to explain, like, what's the mystery behind all 4 trailers, so I guess we're gonna get a confirmation of when all 4 of these trailers take place. Because they're kind of a mixed bag, I think. But it also doesn't help that the Red trailer is kind of out of character for Ruby. Kind of. And they've admitted that. So maybe we can get some more context on the trailers. That's the entire point of the manga. Which, I still have not watched any episode of the Japanese dub of Ruby. I'm kind of curious. Apparently the voice acting is better. Granted, I wouldn't be able to tell the difference.
True. Yeah. I can see that.
Oh, we got a World of Remnant episode today. Or this week.
Yeah. I probably should watch them, but I don't.
Here's what it essentially is. Hey, here's the 4 academies. Hey, here's a little bit of background on kind of the 4th academy that's kind of like a little bit different from the other 3. Here's silhouettes of Team Ruby in this World of Remnant, because we talk about the hunters and huntresses and whatnot. A little bit of background on like what hunters and huntresses do after they graduate, and that's it. It's a whole lot of like just background stuff, and that's it.
Yeah, that's part of the reason why I've not watched them.
Yeah, there's nothing too important there, so don't worry about it. Well, I've seen the entirety of Jessica Jones. I finished it in like 2 days. It's not as good as Daredevil, but it's still pretty good. Like, the only reason it's not as good as Daredevil is one of the side characters isn't that good. Well, 2 of the side characters aren't that good, and they kind of feel like superfluous. Like, one of them's there just to get killed off, spoilers. And the other one's just there to react to the dying of the other one. We call it a day.
So it's kind of the 2 characters there for that one, and that is it.
Yeah. Scott from RPN plays a fantastic character in the show. And he's actually a very important side character.
Huh.
Mm-hmm. Here's the thing.
Important side character? That's a thing?
Mm-hmm. He essentially becomes Jessica Jones' sidekick by the end of the series. And here's the thing, I didn't know it was Scott until after he stopped being a druggie. Because here's the thing, he has like almost 0 lines before then, and I didn't even recognize him until he just like stopped being a druggie halfway through the show, and I'm like, Scott! Because I know your voice! I'm like, holy shit, you're in a Marvel show! And an important role! Holy fuck! I mean, I know you had other important roles, because you were on like Spartacus on HBO, I think. Like, he has an extensive filmography, I think. And I'm like, damn! RPM wasn't even about you, to be honest. In case you didn't know, RPM is more Black story than it is Red's.
Which, that's not something that happens often.
Yeah. Hell, it's rumored that the original, like, finale was supposed to be titled, Ranger Black. Because there's an episode, I think, there's at least one episode throughout the entire series that's named after one of the Rangers. So, like, Ranger Blue, Ranger Red, Ranger Yellow. I think there's a Ranger Gold and a Ranger Silver episode. There might not be, but there's at least one episode for all of the 5 except Black. And that was supposed to be the finale, is Ranger Black. But we didn't get that. We didn't get that title. We also didn't get the original ending, because it was a little too dark. Granted, RPM is a little too dark in areas already. Yeah, Scott's and Jessica Jones, and it's awesome. Yeah, there's that. They do too much cat and mouse with the main villain at times. Like, it's too often that we have the villain back into a corner and just something kinda dumb happens and the villain gets away. And it's like, ugh. But overall, like, by the end, it's kind of a somber-ish note we end the series on, but it's the right kind of note, considering the series is supposed to be very noir-y. But you end with Jessica Jones and I can't remember Scott's character name, but Scott. The two of them essentially being, like, main detective and sidekick / secretary of Alias Investigations. Also, don't watch Jessica Jones at work, because people might think you're watching a porno, because there is a lot of sex in this series. Daredevil gets the violence, Jessica Jones gets the sex, because there's like 6 different times where characters are having sex. Like, there's nothing there, but oh, it sounds like it. And they just happen. Like, I think one episode, it happens twice. And it's just like, okay, they're having sex now. And I'm just sitting here going, someone probably thinks I'm watching a porno right now. Alright. Yeah, it's pretty good. I honestly recommend it. I have not caught up on Supergirl, but from what I've seen of Supergirl, this is better. Because it does not get her do this whole, like, hey, she's a female superhero and all this other bullshit. No, she's a character who's been through some shit and is dealing with it. And also it has an alcoholic problem, kind of, not really. She just drinks a lot. And I assume because of superhero abilities, it doesn't really affect her. Yeah, when you're a superhero, your metabolism is stupidly high, so it takes a lot to get you drunk. There's a Flash episode that touches upon that. Huh. Yeah, since Flash has such a high he's a speedster, so he has like a high metabolic rate. Like, alcohol doesn't affect him at all. Like, they have to like do some super spiced up alcohol for it to even hit him.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Yeah, Flash takes a while to get drunk. Like a super long while to get drunk. But yeah, Jessica Jones has a serious alcohol problem. And considering what we find out about her, yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I really recommend it. I'm not caught up on. I'm caught up on Flash. And Flash is still pretty good. I'm not caught up on Arrow though. It's been a busy week. I might catch up on stuff tomorrow.
Hopefully.
Like I'll catch up on this recent episode Arc 5, which kind of a transition episode from what I've seen, but still has like a couple cool moments in it. We're just kind of transitioning to the last big duel of these quarterfinals of this tournament. And we're setting up something for the semifinals of like, uh-oh. Oh dear. The things to come.
It's gonna be another one of those roller coasters, ain't it?
Oh, it's been a roller coaster.
Yeah.
It's been a roller coaster for a while. Like since, oh god, what episode was it? I don't even remember the episode number. Since 70... Since like 77, it's been just like up, down, up, down, up, down. Oh god. But 77, the end of that episode is just like, no, don't you dare in there! Yeah. And now that I remember that, I do want to hear I do want to have recorded reactions to the end of 77.
Oh god.
It's that shocking. Of the implications alone. But yeah, from like 77 onward, it's just like up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Just God. Can we steady out a little? I just want to steady out a little. I know it's not happening, especially since like we are getting super close to having Academy of fucking invade, I swear to God. We're building this. I know we're building this, goddammit. Academy is going to invade and just shit's gonna go down. Then God knows what's gonna happen after that.
Yeah, that's one of those open-ended areas there.
Yeah.
Because what are they gonna do?
Well, like, we have Yuzu and Selena in play, which we know Academy is after. And then, as I've told Glock, we have this five-sided-esque war thing going on now. Of just like, oh my god. Just when shit hits the fan, it's just gonna be madness. And I don't know who's gonna win. Because at some point, we are either going to the Exceeds Dimension and going to Academia, or we're just gonna skip the fucking Exceeds Dimension and say bye and just go straight to Academia.
I mean, I want to think that they're gonna try to go to the Exceeds Dimension and see if anyone still is there.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, okay, we've seen so much and have heard so much about that dimension and know that it's just a complete wasteland at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Is it really going to be something that they would do?
Like, if they go there, I have to think we're only staying there for like a few episodes and then we're leaving.
Because there's no one there, really.
Mm-hmm. Like, the only reason I think, and I agree, that we're going there is because the next big booster pack is Exceeds themed. Because we're getting Yuto's cards out of it. I think we're getting more of Shun's card out of it. Like, we're getting a bunch of Exceed stuff, so...
Maybe.
I have to think we're going to the Exceeds Dimension because it's going to happen. Hell, we went to the Synchro Dimension not long after the booster pack came out that was focused on Yugo. So I have to think that's going to happen, and then the last booster pack will be Fusion themed, and it will be Academia. Granted, I think Academia is going to be the end of the series.
Yeah, completely.
Because once we go to Academia and just wreck house, it's going to be the end, and it's going to be fucking tragic, I know. Because I don't know what the fuck you do after this, unless you just go, by the way, Fifth Dimension, they're behind everything, and I'm like, oh, god damn it, no! No, I can't take anymore!
I don't think that would happen.
we're still waiting on the fact that, you know, there's this fifth dimension, there's the mystery of the pendulums, there's all this shit about, like, how Yuya and Yuzu and their counterparts are connected and this darkness thing, and I'm like, none of this is connected to Academia. They're the ones trying to do shit with it. So there has to be something beyond Academia at this point. Because here's the thing, still nothing on Yusho at all. I'm like, oh god, when does he come into play? Because we still don't know where the fuck he went. And as far as I know, he's not connected to Academy at all.
Unless...
Like, not at all.
Unless, and this is a stretch I'm feeling. But, okay. The dimension Yuya and Yuzu are from didn't have pendulums before Yuya essentially made them.
Pretty much.
What if they are from like a fifth dimension, that's the thing, is pendulums?
That's honestly my only guess, because I don't think they'll do rituals.
Well, like, I mean, I could completely understand all the basic summoning methods that we saw in the first show is where we essentially start Arc 5. But what if we find that out? Like, maybe all this for Academia, yeah, it's gonna be a tragic turn of events by the end of it, but what if there is still that unanswered question of where's his dad?
Yeah.
Because you think at that point they would have had to have went through all known dimensions.
There's also something I've just recently realized that I'm like, wait a minute. Oh no. That throws a whole new kink into this.
What?
It involves using Selena's bracelet. Because, I'll just spoil this right now. Yuzu will have Yugo and Yuya near each other, and it will start to blink. Selena's does not react at all, even though she is in almost the same proximity as Yuzu is to those two.
Huh.
Yeah! I didn't realize it until now. And I'm like, wait a minute. Ren's didn't react when Yugo was near her and Yuri, even when she was knocked out. Like, it may be because she was knocked out, but still. So,
what if it only works with their Yuya?
No, because Yuzu's bracelet reacted with Yugo and Yuri.
Well, yeah, that would break that.
What's going on with the bracelets now? What does only one of them work? Are the rest of them fakes? Like, are the rest of them not work? Or do they work differently? Like, I don't know anymore.
Maybe they all work differently and they all hold, like, parts of a certain power, and that's what Academy is after. Is the full power.
But yeah, I just realized that, and I'm like, oh my god. Yuzu's bracelet is the only one reacting when they're in proximity to each other. What does it mean the rest of the bracelets do?
But see, maybe that could be some kind of safety measure.
Yeah, because Yuzu and Selena are in proximity to each other too. But Yuzu's bracelet's still reacting. Like, is that the Is that the dominant one? Which, if so, why would the whole Yuzu-Ruri theory still work if that's not the case? If Standard is supposed to be the one that everything flows into, of course hers would take priority. But if she can't be from an Exceeds dimension then, because then it doesn't make sense.
True.
So, Which someone brought up
But everything flows into Standard.
Yeah.
If there's a fifth dimension that is focused on Pendulum, then that could still throw that into a twist.
Yeah.
Because we know clearly that we have no proof of exactly where Yuzu came from in terms of dimension.
Yeah.
There's no definitive proof on that.
Yeah. I know we have all of the principal's flashbacks to be like, oh yeah, she pretty much grew up under his care. But some people are gonna be like, well, maybe she was taken out of the existence as a baby, and I'm like, at that point, it doesn't matter where she came from then, because literally all of Shun's memories of Yuri are connected to standard Yuzu then. So even if you throw in that twist, none of it matters, because nothing changes. Because here's the thing, we know Principal had her since a kid, since she was a baby.
Yeah.
A baby. Meaning, even if they throw in the twist that Yuzu and Ruri were swapped at some point, even if they were swapped at a very, very young age, it doesn't matter. Because the person they associate with their memories is that Yuzu.
True.
So it doesn't matter. Unless they have to go back to their respective dimensions. Then it sucks. Then it adds in a tragic element. But that's the only way a twist like that works now. That's just me pointing out that. Like, at this point, it only matters if we do a tragic twist to this. The twist itself doesn't work. Because nothing is gained from it at this point. From what we've seen and what's been revealed, it doesn't matter. Especially since we know Yuri took Yuzu after the invasion. Meaning, Shun should obviously know what Ruri looks like. And the only reason I think he mistook Yuzu for Ruri is because he did not know about the counterparts. And he was like, oh shit. And because she looks just close enough to her. Considering Ruri does have a pink strand of hair. He was probably like, oh, pink hair. Of course you do. You had that pink strand of hair. Anyway. What else have I been watching? Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I believe I'm all caught up on. I believe. The Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was pretty good. They just revealed, it's like, Hydra has been behind everything! Literally everything! And I'm like, you know what? I'm okay with this. I'm okay with Hydra being behind literally everything.
Again.
Because, yeah. Like, they've been around longer since World War II.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm fine with this. It gives us, like, one super big bad. Like, it literally gives us a super big bag in this show. Kind of like a Vandal Savage. Or like a Doomsday from DC. Like, it gives us a super big bag to deal with. And since it's a super big bag organization, we can just do anything we want with them now. It opens up a lot of story possibilities. Because now we have a lot of people who can just be connected to Hydra. And it gives us a lot of connections. I want to say that's it.
Ghost.
I was gonna get to that. Just I always separate Ghost from everything else because we go talk about Ghost separately.
Yeah.
So Ghost, fuck you for all the teases.
Every tease they could do.
Yeah, I also kind of like how the subs kind of spoil the revelation, kind of. Granted, I think at this point, like, all of the flashbacks, you could put it together and be like, oh yeah, that is him. And the fact that he just straight up disappeared 10 years ago goes, oh yeah, that's why they wouldn't recognize him, because, you know, they only saw him like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Of course he looks different. And
that
then
part makes
just
sense.
now puts it together. Yeah. But yeah, this episode can be broken down to Takaru gets Billy the Kid, off of dude with magic bag that has a prototype Ghost Driver, I think? Because here's the thing, you know that thing that's in the bag, that face thing?
Yeah.
That's what's under the cover on the driver. That's literally what's under the cover.
And then this also raises questions. Because, you know, who wasn't in this episode? Waiting to see if you figure it out.
Well, you just had to mention that fucker. I was thinking about it, it's like, oh yeah, he only had a mention. He was in the episode. You just gotta mention this episode and be like, hey, here's the back clock in the fucking whatever lantern. I forgot what the animal the lantern is.
I did too. Yeah. Sage was nowhere to be found in this episode.
That son of a bitch. Yursen sure showed up to help.
Yep.
He's super helpful this week. Is this supposed to distract us from the fact that Sage just disappeared last episode to go off do something important related to the fucking monolith? I swear to God, whatever he's doing is related to the monolith. Sage, what the fuck are you up to? Literally, what the fuck are you up to? We all know you're up to something. What the fuck is it? Yeah, it's that, fucking Akari and Onari get kidnapped at the end of the episode by Toothless, whose name is, I don't remember.
I can't remember either right offhand.
He says it once, and I think it's
Yeah.
the problem. We've heard Alan enough that I'm like, oh yeah, Alan, pretty boy. And still don't know
Well,
who Toothless' name is.
It was mentioned twice this episode, actually.
Okay.
But I still can't remember.
Yeah, I thought it was only mentioned once, because he only mentioned it when he introduced himself to Makoto, and that was it.
It was also mentioned when they had the conversation later about him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, Toothless, Takeru's dad were working together on the monolith. And apparently Makoto and his little sister got pulled into it.
We still don't know how.
Through portal magic?
Yeah, but why were they there?
I don't know.
The point right before that, they weren't there. So why were they there is the next question.
Yeah. One, why were you there? Two, how the fuck did you get put in the portal? Three, Makoto, how the fuck did you get back?
Exactly.
Four, how the fuck did your sister end up in a fucking icon? Which now they're called icons, and I'm like, there goes me trying to not say they're icons because we don't know what the fuck they technically are. They are icons. Even though they're not totally like icons.
Yeah, that's what's kind of confusing and aggravating to me.
I think there's different kinds of icons, and they just didn't say what kind of icon it was. Because the only icons we've encountered were icons that it contained spirits. For all we know, this icon contains an actual fucking person.
But
And not just a ghost.
okay. Here's the problem I'm having with that. It's not so much the fact that she's trapped in there, because you could write that off as, okay, because he's trying to collect the 15 icons, maybe it's only her spirit that's in the icon.
Maybe.
I'm fine with giving that stretch, because it's like, okay, I still don't think that's right, but I'll give it to it for right now, because we don't have nothing saying otherwise.
Yeah.
But, okay, if that's her spirit in there, why can't it just be released like the other Ganmas? And on top of that, the icons they use in the belts cannot just be released by themselves like the others. So why are we calling it all the same thing? Why?
Like, things will be explained, I think.
That is so annoying to me.
Well, to be fair, this is our first 2-part episode, so I'm assuming there's a lot of shit that they answered next episode.
Hopefully. But I have a funny feeling that'll be the one thing that will not get answered the entire series, and it's gonna be just that wow moment.
Just like what the fuck the phantoms were for like the 3 mages. What were their phantoms? We only got hints of them.
I can't even remember.
I think Mayu's was something crystal, and the kids was, I think, a spider of some sort. And that's it. I don't know Todoroki's one. Because I don't think he cracked up enough for something to get out. Because obviously, whatever comes out of them at least hints at what their phantom should be. Because we know from, like, the flashbacks to the ceremony that Haruto had dragon wings sprout out of his back during the ceremony.
True.
Or at least, like, wings, or at least wings. So that at least shows us, like, oh yeah, dragons in it. Damn. This was good, but I'm like, oh dear, there's some explanation that needs to happen next week.
Yeah.
Also, another question. How the fuck did the fucking bee thing become a giant monster out of fucking nowhere?
It was glowing, it flew into a cart thing, and then that happened.
Yeah, because I'm like, obviously Yurisen was about to explain it, but shit got real so quick, he didn't even have time for exposition.
I hope that's what starts at the next episode.
Probably.
Like, in all seriousness, because it's like, I want to know how that happened, because that makes no sense.
Yeah, I have to think, like, Yurisen was about to explain what happened, but then it's like, she became giant bee bulldozer! Shit, we gotta summon Captain Ghost to go, you wanna go strike her, and just fight this thing, because we ain't got time to go rescue Akari and Onari.
That'll have to be next episode.
Right, we gotta go save them from being... I don't know.
And you know, I love the simple fact of they are being blatant about this 2-parter more than likely will be the thing that leads into the movie, because I have a funny feeling we're gonna have that turn either this coming week or the next week.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, the freaking intro at least explain to us how we're gonna get Drive Dead Heat again.
I assume it's just Harley. I assume Harley just like, there's a mock driver, here's a fucking Dead Heat shift car, bye! I'm gonna go fucking revive Chase.
To be fair, we don't know 100% what all of Go's got locked up.
Now, I thought he said the only thing he kept was Chase's signal bike, that he turned over everything except Chase's signal bike.
That's what's implied.
Yeah.
But we don't have solid evidence of that. So I am kind of wondering, because otherwise that means that he wound up keeping all of his stuff, except for possibly the driver.
No, I thought he said they took, Buckle had the drivers. I thought it was like a line, it was like, well, where's the drivers? It's like, oh, Buckle took them. I think we saw the lineup of shift cars, so we know he had all the shift cars, I think. He at least had all the tire changes. I might have to go back and look at this. Yeah, I'm gonna pull up the episode right now. I know it's on here.
That's one of those, I am curious on that because of the fact of, in that intro, we not only see Mach, but we see Drive Dead Heat with the Mach driver. The drivers, it's not too outrageous to think that Harley made them.
Yeah, especially since he's the one who made Ghost Belt to begin with.
Right. But Dead Heat and the Mach signal bike should have been locked up. Unless Go kept them with him.
I have a problem. I don't actually have the episode.
I don't think I do, actually.
Don't worry, I know where to go to get it.
I'm looking to see, because I went through and I cleaned it out. Whoops! But yeah, that's one of those that I'm like, it's implied he locked them all up, except for the chaser signal bike, but I don't know. By the way, the same site that we're watching Go Busters on has it.
That's what I'm looking. Go. Hit it. I don't need sound. Skip. All the skips.
Around the 14-minute marker. Give you an idea.
Come on. I might have skipped past the shot. Because there's a shot there.
Yeah, I know.
Oh god, there's never been just like dialogue, shut up and show me things.
I know.
Turn camera.
That's
Turn
what's
it.
bad. We're both in that same position where it's like, just, no, quit. Give me the shot.
Oh no, Mox. Nope, Dead Heat's there. I see it.
So then,
He locked away Dead Heat. And all of Mox's signal bikes, because I see all of his. Hell, he even locked away the Proto Speed Shift car. So he took everything except Signal Chaser. So that's a new Dead Heat from Harley. Which I have to think he could, because I think he was the one who originally came up with Dead Heat.
True.
Or at least he's the one who fixed it.
Yeah, he fixed it. We know that part of it. But what about the Mach one, though? And I thought I also thought the whole purpose of him locking that up was so that no one had the tech to make that.
Doesn't mean Harley doesn't have the ability to make it. I would think. I know.
That just seems like a stretch. And I would have to think, as close as Harley and him were, that he wouldn't betray him like that. And respect his wishes on that, but I could be wrong at the same time.
I think you respect his wish enough to go, I'm not going to replicate your entire armory, but I will give you enough to defend yourself, if needed. Because I'd have to think this is after the whole Ghost case of like, I kind of need a belt, to be honest. And he's just like, okay, here's a Mach driver, and here's Dead Heat. And that's the best I can do. So I think after he fixed it, he had to have something to be able to replicate it.
The only other thing that I can think of would result still in someone having to make another Mach driver.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the only other explanation for that would be if somehow he just went ahead and let them take just those two, and at the time, there's only one mock driver. Chase's got blown up.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, there, like I said, at that point, there would still have to be another one made.
Yeah. I think
Unless
between
there's
Rena,
some kind of time travel shenanigan involved in that.
I think what we see in this opening is like the beginning of the movie, to be honest. It feels like the beginning of the movie.
Yeah. And you know what I just thought about? What time travel shenanigan do we know happened in Surprise Future?
From the future to the past, I believe.
The whole fact that that Tomari has at the end of Drive is not the same one he had at the beginning.
Yeah, it's technically his kid's driver, technically.
Uh-huh. Who's to say that there ain't a couple of mock drivers floating around because of that too?
Yeah. What I'm saying is, like, it's that, like, Reno technically was the one who made Chase's mock driver to begin with. So technically she knows how to make it, I would assume.
Yeah.
So I would think between her and Harley, there's enough knowledge there to either replicate some of the stuff we see in this opening, or at least get it close enough that there's not a noticeable difference in terms of power. I would think.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Honestly, I think this whole opening was hilarious, especially that, like, the four of them are fighting each other, and we just have this moment where they all just look off camera, and I'm like, y'all just realize you're not here to fight each other, aren't you?
I do believe that's the moment where the movie actually starts happening.
Uh-huh.
Because that's the moment that they realize all four of them have been duped.
Yeah. I just love it's this Three Stooges-esque moment of just the four of them going, ah, shit. The villain's over there. Why the hell are we fighting each other? Did we all just jump the gun? Because I think what happens is, I think Ghost shows up, starts fighting Ghost. Tamari's just like, what the fuck? And, like, gets in the middle of the fight. And then Spectre shows up, and he's like, what the fuck? Takaru's mine, and starts fighting. And then the four of them are trying to, like, Tamari's trying to break up the fight, and Spectre's trying to fight more, and then the four of them just all end up in this bundle of just like, oh, the villains are over there. Well, fuck, I guess we're gonna go all Rider kick them. Because we get a shot from the movie of the four of them, I guess, landing from a Rider kick. So I guess they go Rider kick a bunch of people together. Yeah, I think somebody on Overtime says, like, well, that opening wasn't that memorable. Shots fired.
Wow.
I'm like, it's memorable because it's the whole beginning of the movie. We never get the whole beginning of the movie pretty much spelled out to us in openings.
Yeah. We practically did right there. It's just because it wasn't anything plot relevant of the movie. That's what that boils down to.
I think it also comes down to this is the first time we have one of these versus movies that's one complete story instead of a three-part story.
True.
So it's like, oh, we don't have to jump around and, like, show the beginning of the first half, the beginning of the second half, and a little bit of the third. Like, we can show the beginning of the movie now. And, like, have the context spelled out to us. Because, yeah, this is the beginning of the movie, because this is literally going to be the beginning of the movie. From there, it kind of diverges into two plot lines, but it's still both casts interacting together.
And, to be fair, if this works out good, I hope they keep the trend up.
Oh, I think it's, like, a better than the... if it's... As long as we get, like, a better story out of it, I say go with this, because I think it promotes more crossover.
Well, I liked the transition we got from Drive to Ghost. Because yeah, it confused us for a few episodes there, but honestly, that's probably good. But that transition almost seemed flawless.
Yep.
And now if they can top that off with the movie, then oh my god, right there, they just pulled it out. Kind of deal.
Oh, by the way, we only have like a month left after this at the start of this episode.
Yeah. 30 days.
I was like, what? Where did 16 days go? We were at 46 last time. What's going on? Did we just like hop several weeks later? Like, does nothing happen of importance for like weeks in this show? I'm like, Jesus! We're at a month left, and we're gonna be at like what, 29 days left of this episode? Probably 28.
Which episode is this actually? The 7th this week?
Yeah, 7.
So,
well, the two-parter, I should say, not the end of this episode. End of the two-parter. We're gonna have like 29, 28 days left, I think.
But I'm confused though, because we've still shot out like 2 weeks of time completely in terms of comparing real time to showtime. So where the hell did that go?
I don't know. I guess nothing important happened. I guess Tiger and Spectre might have just like clashed a couple times and that's it.
Unless, well, we haven't gotten a day change yet. But still, that would be off about a week. Wow, I think they're just gonna play fast and loose with this. I really do.
Always play as fast and loose with continuity.
Maybe they'll straighten it back out, but I don't know.
Well, I know in like, was it episode 9 or 10? It's literally called Gather 15 Icons. Like, by episode 9 or 10, which is before January, mind you. Before January, we are getting all 15 icons. Like, fuck! Like, that's faster than even I was saying. I was saying we're gonna have this time limit up by the middle of January, not before the end of the year.
Well,
we're not even gonna be 10 episodes in before this time limit becomes irrelevant.
Maybe. And here's my thought on that. I think whatever our villains are doing with the icons, I don't think they're actually needing the icons so much as they're needing part of their powers.
Which is why Alan was so easily giving up Edison after having it for like 2 weeks?
I think they're either making a copy of it so that they can still do whatever they're planning on doing, or they only need parts of each of their powers of the 15 icons.
Well, apparently Toothless only needs one more icon for whatever the fuck he's pulling off next week. Because I think that's the line in the preview, is that he only needs one more.
I'm almost thinking we're gonna have that not necessarily mean that for our heroes, but for the villains.
Yeah.
And if so, that means we're finally gonna be in plot. Which is gonna be a little bit on the strange side, seeing as how it's only gonna be 10 episodes in.
Yeah, I'm just like, at this rate, this time limit's gonna be up before we hit the end of the year at this point. Like, this time limit's gonna be irrelevant before the end of the year.
Well,
like, there's no way they're stretching out 30 days over the course of 30 plus episodes?
To be fair, you do realize that by the middle of January, the 99 days would technically technically beat up in real time.
I know.
So, technically, they could get away with that and make it work out.
Yeah, I'm just like, Jesus, we're speeding through this even faster than I thought. It's like, is the end of this time limit going to be boost? It's like is that what we're getting out of the end of this time limit is boost? It has to be.
I want to believe that's what Sage has gone on. But I don't know. He's been too shady. I just don't trust him.
No one trusts him at this point. If you trust Sage at this point, you might want to rethink his actions throughout this entire show so far. He is so full of shit at this point. Of like, you know what? I don't even believe the time limit's real. Fuck it. You're bluffing. You're bluffing. Takeru's not gonna disappear in 90 days. Fucking Makoto's sister has been an icon for how long?
10 years.
Somewhere less than 10, like a little less than 10 years maybe?
It might be a little more. We don't know. We do not know exact day.
Yeah, I'm just like, you could be full of shit. You could be bluffing in order to get Takeru to get these icons quick. At this point, I don't know anymore.
I almost feel like he could make Takeru be alive again at like a snap of his fingers kind of deal. But he needs a pawn to get the icons away from them before something bad could happen.
Which, too late!
Yeah. And I think he realized that, crap, I'm too late on this, so now I need to get working on the next part of it.
Yeah, which is fucking Takeru's, like, power boost in the form of boost. And I guess, like, some power up for Spectre because somehow I'm gonna recruit him to this cause, maybe? Because I have to think that at some point he's gonna turn away from the villains and start joining Takeru's side.
I think we're gonna have that either this coming week or the next week.
Yeah.
Because it's gonna have to happen before the movie, I have a feeling.
I mean, hell, Takeru straight up dual rider kicks with Makoto to a draw in his base form while Makoto was in Nobunaga. And he literally went to his base form. That was not by force, that was by choice. He got a draw out of that. Like, that's the more success than he's had ever.
Yeah.
Like, if that doesn't show how strong Takeru's getting, I don't know what would. I have to think, like, either next week they're gonna come to blows once more and Takeru will beat him, or, like, it will happen these next couple episodes and that's when it's gonna cause him to go, alright, now I'm on your side. Because Takeru may choose to be like, you know what? We're gonna get your sister back. I'm gonna call fucking Sage's bluff. Because I'm not gonna fade. Of course, I wouldn't be surprised that by the end of the series, he's still gonna be a ghost. Because they're gonna keep that thing alive. They're not gonna ever fix that.
You don't think? I mean, with Drive, they've already proven they're willing to take away a rider's belt.
Yes, but we're gonna quickly give him a belt back by the end of in the next movie.
I didn't say he wasn't going to have a belt, but he is not going to be Drive either way.
True.
I mean, that's one of those, it's like, they've proved that they don't have to keep the rider with his original form.
Although I could bring up the whole fact that they keep having Black and Black RX show up together even though they're the exact same goddamn person. They are literally the same person! Black RX is a sequel series to Black, but they keep having the two of them show up together!
But they're two different riders, aren't they?
No! The same goddamn person! Literally the same person!
But they're two different shows.
It's a fucking sequel show! Look, Kamen Rider Tyson takes it one step further by having them have different voice actors! Different voice actors who sound nothing alike!
Really?
Yes!
How is it that they forget their own shows? It's bad enough they forget continuity.
Like, here's the thing about Fives. You know, every time he shows up, he's actually on the verge of death when he transforms. Every time he's shown up. Because you know the Fives gear, here's the thing about the Fives gear. It uses up the Orphanoc DNA, and it will kill the user eventually. Meaning every time Spies is showing up, he's one step closer to dead, or supposed to be dead at this point.
Yeah, but they can write that off as if they found a way to stop it from killing the user.
Well, they didn't, because I believe now Spies is officially dead, I think. Because of Kamen Rider Yongo. I don't know. I don't know the specifics of Kamen Rider Yongo. Kamen Rider Tyson, ruining shit even after.
Yep.
Anyway. Ghost is good, and it's just, ugh. So many things to speculate upon at this point.
And it has potential, it's a question if they can keep it.
Still don't even know what the final form is. Or the fucking mid-season form is. Still don't even know that, I think.
What if, though, and I'm hoping they don't do this again. But what if the mid-season form happens to be something that winds up being Spectre's upgrade?
I don't know about that.
Like some kind of mechanic that happens to be his upgrade.
I'm willing to say we know Spectre's final form, and it's going to be one of the fusion. It's going to be his fusion form. The fusion of, like, the three icons that are primarily associated with him outside of Houdini. So I think he has a third one outside of Houdini that's going to be in the show, and it's a fusion of those three, and that's going to be his final form. It's not going to be Houdini. But I don't think we know Ghosts. To be honest.
That's why I was saying, what if it's a way of happening? Like, what if it's the fusions for him is the mid-season upgrade kind of deal?
Might be.
I would hope they wouldn't do something like that, but I mean, I'm kind of wondering.
Right. It's so early to speculate on, and the only reason we can speculate on this shit is because we have the sound effects from the driver. Because of how the driver works. Now, of course, this is given the fact that, like, sounds could be in the driver that we haven't had. Like, Drive is a big example of that, because we have, like, upgraded forms of all of Drive's base forms in the driver, but we only ever used one. And that was High Speed. Like, there's upgrades for all of Drive's forms in the driver. All of them, including Trideron. But we never used any of them.
This is weird.
Yeah. That's like the most stuff that's been in the driver that's never been used, I think. Like, the second most, I think, is Wizard. Because there was a bunch of spell rings that were used that were in the driver, but never got used. But none of them seemed that important. That's the thing here. It's like, these seem important, but they never got used. I wonder why. I mean, hell, I think Mach has 3 more signal bikes that are technically in the driver as, like, 04, 05, and 06, but they never got used.
Huh.
Like, he should have 3 more, like, Arsenal signal bikes, but not there.
What if they couldn't just figure out things they could do with it that wouldn't be like replication?
I don't know, maybe. Because I don't think the signal chase is a part of that lineup. If it is, then it's down to 2. I think I'd have to like double check, like when the signal chaser bike came out, when people put in the drive driver. But I think there's a signal bike in there that's not been used in terms of a sound effect.
Huh.
Wait, no, yeah, there is, because, yeah, there's 3 sound effects that are not used in their signal changes in the mock driver that I think about. Yeah, there's 3 signal changes that never got used in the mock driver.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So I'm like, yeah, Drive had a lot of stuff that never got used. Anyway, should we watch Ghost now that we spent like an hour talking about other shit besides Go Busters?
I think you screwed that up because you asked if we should watch Ghost.
Oh, Go Busters. Watch Go Busters, not Ghost, because we've talked about Ghost and Arc 5, I think, collectively for an hour, to be honest.
It has been over an hour.
Yeah.
But we haven't only been talking about those 2, so yeah.
Alright, so 11 and 12. The targeted weak points, and you like going undercover? Yeah, that is the name of the episode.
Okay. Okay.
It is a spy show, so we have to go undercover at some point.
Okay. I'm not even.
So how we feeling going in?
Pretty good. I don't have much really to say about it.
I'll put it this way, we are 2 weeks away from beating Stagbuster.
I thought it'd be the end of the next... like the end of the next recording.
We will see them for the first time at the end of the next recording, but they won't be fully introduced until episode 15.
Okay.
Yeah, episode 15 is their debut episode. They're hinted at the end of 14.
The only reason I know that is because I made the second set of title cards. Because I know how Sentai shows are. I kind of went ahead and jumped the gun enough for that. That way I could transition easy.
Yeah. That one, 20 gives us the big 5 mech combination. 22 is the introduction of another major villain. 29 and 30 are like finale 1 Go Busters.
God.
31, 32 are the Gabon tie-in episodes. 33 is the introduction of the power-up for the main 3. Beat and Sagbusters don't get an upgrade at all. But the main 3 get an upgrade at episode 33. 35 is the introduction of the last Zord. And 36 is the introduction of, I think, the last combination. So the big clusterfuck got tagged.
The trademark one. That
I think
all of them have to have.
I think 38, 39 is finale 2, maybe. 41 is Pink Buster. 44 and 45 are the Christmas New Year's episodes. I know there's the introduction of like the big final villain somewhere in here in the 40s, and then 49, 50 or finale. Because I believe it's like a two-part finale-ish kind of deal. So yeah, that's kind of the layout per episode of like vaguely what we're looking at going forward. Like I said, there's like 3 finales in this goddamn show. Also, I can't see offhand when the opening changes, but it changes over like somewhere I think in the late 20s, early 30s. It's somewhere around like after the first finale. We get the second opening. Because I know it does focus. It does have Beat and Stack Buster in there, so it's after their introduction. I think it's like quite a while after their introduction. So while we get that, we get a new ending with the 5 of them together. Anyway, guess we're ready to start.
Sure am.
All right, starting episode 11 of Go Busters here in 3, 2, 1, go.
Gotta love that delay.
Yeah. Hi, enter. Yeah, we're not wasting time today. You literally don't know what the fuck you're doing? Really? I love how they just glued that on his hands. It's just glued on there because we can't actually have him hold something. Oh no, it's not glued. It's just precariously placed on there. We hope he doesn't knock it over. Enter sure got some moves. Can it not go up by percentile temperature? Can we get a whole number temperature increase, to be honest? Okay, really, the decimal ups are really annoying. Hell, even the Enter's just annoyed by it.
Yeah. He already figured out what he needed to know.
Yep. Yeah, I hope this next Sentai show is pretty good. I wanted Sentai show to watch weekly.
I kind of do too.
Sugar Sentai's just not that good. Also doesn't help that I don't think Power Rangers is going over that well now either. I think a lot of people were like, Dino Charge is good, or now like, Dino Charge is not that good. And I'm like, yeah, that's probably why I haven't watched like a single episode, recorded episodes ever since it started.
You know what we
It's
ought
like,
to do?
What?
Next Sentai show, we ought to just make it a point to watch it.
Just watch it all the way through. Doesn't matter how bad it gets.
Yeah. Until we get to the point of where we were with Kabuto, where it's just like, no, screw it, I'm done. Because, like, I have. And, okay, yes, we went wide open with Ghost. And yes, it is enough to speculate on it, but I have had no interest in watching the Raws. I really haven't. I've just been waiting, and 90% of the time I watch the subs right before we record riff tracks.
Yeah.
It's just one of those, it's good, but it just don't feel like it's got my attention wholly yet.
Well, then it doesn't help that like your first writer show that you were watching weekly was Gaim, and that's a very high point.
Yeah, but I've kind of gotten over that with Drive. I kind of forced myself over that, but it's just like with Ghost. I'm like, if I miss the Raw, I'm not too concerned with that.
Yeah. I also feel like that's not like a big judge of your interest in the show. It's just like, hey, I can wait. Like I'm not that like super hyped about the show, but I like it enough that I'm like, I'll catch it.
Yeah,
Like
it's kind of that point.
It's more than you can say about Shuriken Sentai, where it's just like, I don't fucking care.
Yeah. With it, I lost interest in the Raw, and that was the point. I was like, yeah, I don't even need to fool with it.
and it's 1001 cameos that are trying to save this fucking show. Because I swear, it's not there because it's close to an anniversary show. No, it's not. It can't be. It has to be because there's just nothing with this show at the moment. You okay? That's true.
Yeah.
God damn it. You're not helping! Just don't do it by decimal percent, decimal points. Just do whole numbers. We'll be better that way.
Meanwhile, we've got the argument going on in the background that entire time.
It's just like Ghost. We just have that argument going on in the background. It's just phased out because we all know what the argument's about. That's literally what's happened between those two now. If they argue, it's literally shoved in the background.
And Enter figured out how to take him down.
I'm gonna try to get this out of my eyes now. Where the fuck were those hops before? Literally, where were those hops before? You could have fucking done that earlier, you jackass. You know, I love how Ryuji and Kurosaki are like the most calm pair. Everyone else argues, but those two, nope. Granted, I think it's because of the age difference.
True.
Really? No about that. No, it needs to be a chicken, and then he's got the entire team covered. Clearly, I don't think they do that. Wait a minute, is that the same rooftop that's supposed to be the hospital in Drive?
I think it was.
God damn
I
it!
think it was shot at a different angle.
No, it's not shot from a different angle. I think it's just shot from like the back of it. Please somebody just goes off randomly when they're trying to be stealthy.
I guess not. It would have been funny.
Yeah. Just throws it backwards and it's just laying there.
Well, they hid that one pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Well, you were just hiding behind a wall and that was it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's that same warehouse I see all the time in Go Kaiser. So say that warehouse and Go Kaiser and Go. No, it's the same warehouse as Gaib too.
Yep.
God, oh my god! All this episode's just full of the same locations.
Of course, it doesn't help none that they love reusing the locations.
Yeah. Plus, it's the warehouse where Kota technically died.
Yeah.
You know, for as much as people call Michi an asshole, he is nowhere near fucking Kaizo levels bullshit. That man is the embodiment of just jackassery. Like, like after really finding out what the deal with Kaiza is, I can't hate Ryugen that much. Granted, he at least tries to redeem himself and does. Whereas Kaz is just like, I'm an asshole until the day I literally have my neck snapped. Yeah, his neck snapped, left for dead for no one to find. And no one to care. Yeah, I'm watching a series of several part review of Fies. I think the last parts are coming out this weekend. I think it's either this weekend or next weekend. The final parts are going to come out, and then after that, there's going to be a review of the Fies movie. Well, probably should have thought that one before.
Yeah.
But oh well. It's like, it's above us. Well, the only way it can be above us if it's fucking flying. Kicking it into overdrive, I see.
Oh, so now it only goes off when he's fixing the overheat.
Yep.
That is far more useful.
Yep. Don't you have missiles? Wait, no. Blue's the one with missiles. Could you just throw the sword at him?
Can't. It's attached.
No, it's not.
It's attached until it has to not be attached, and then it's not attached.
Just throw it. It's not like you have like 5,000 of those things. You can keep throwing until it hits.
Yeah, but then it might end up hitting helpless people.
Where?
In the city below.
Where?
In the cardboard city below.
Well, there went Yoko blasting off again. I don't know if that's if that's just a reference to Team Rocket or that was a thing before Team Rocket. Why are you answering Chief when you can't hear him? Well,
he does have a solid plan.
Yeah.
I don't care what you say, I'm going!
Elevator's a little small for him.
Actually, at this point, it's die or die.
True. Well, he is big enough. I was about to say, you could dodge, but nah, a little too fast for him. Aww. His plan went boom. That's Blue's line. I love the trope. I'm just like, I'm gonna yell at him to stay together because that works. It's so dumb. Smack him with it. Just smack him with it. I don't think Go Buster is gonna help. Your missiles will help. Throw the fucking sword. You can get that high. You can throw the sword, and it will hit him. But you have missiles.
Well, that works too. They can't fly, but they can throw him. Or kick him.
Yeah.
Kick him. Really?
Yeah. We gotta go the dumb route.
Kick him.
Yep.
Couldn't just throw him.
I still say my ideas were better. Oh god.
Oh, God.
Oh no. Hey! Now it's just right. Now
There we
they're arguing with
go.
each other. Oh god, not again.
Oh.
Why won't this end?
In this torture.
Yeah, by the way, Gokai Red just literally mops the floor with the Legendary 7, literally in the first 5 minutes of the movie.
Yeah.
It's the dumbest shit in the world. Literally the dumbest shit in the world. Oh, yeah, and Meteor dies in like 2 minutes after that happens. Oh, excuse me, doesn't die. He gets teleported to an alternate dimension somehow.
Yeah. He gets involved in plot bull.
Yeah, but look, this movie's dumb as shit. You should not watch it, like, at all.
It's like
Also,
it makes sense by the end of it once you know everything, but leading up to it, it
But
is stupid.
it's still a dumb twist, though.
Yeah,
Let's let the villains do exactly what they want to do, and we'll stop them after they have accomplished their plan.
but what I'm
You know
meaning,
what they're doing? Just kill them.
but
You've
what I'm
done that
meaning
before.
is the whole killing them that sends them to the different dimension. That part would have been fine if it was explained somewhere throughout the movie, not at the end. Like if we got to see the first like 4 or 5 and then it was explained and then the rest of them happened. Yeah, I could get that then.
Yeah,
But wait
it's
till
just,
the end and then be like, "Oh yeah, they're not dead. They're just in a different dimension." What?
oh, the net movies.
Yeah. I'm
So,
not even paying attention to this right now.
don't ask. Just don't.
I don't.
Just don't. Just don't. It's all for laughs.
Yeah. I watched the stuff they did for that and it was funny. It was more enjoyable than the movie.
I,
That's bad. That is horrible to say, but it was.
yeah.
uh, that is horrible to say, but it was.
To be fair, it's not like it's a high bar to get past. We ready for the next episode?
I guess so. Yeah.
All right, taking a look at episode 12 of Go Busters here in 3, 2, 1, go. Hey, look, it's a simulator. They almost never show the screen if it's not a simulator. Which I'll give them credit for really fleshing out the cockpit for no reason. My God, you are only as tall as that chair. Aren't you the one pushing her to be better? Oh, oh, I'll buy it then. um, well, that is surprising. It's like she has no personal life. I would think out of anyone on this crew, she would have a personal life.
Yeah.
Like I can see Hiromu having zero personal life. I can see Ryuji just going like, I'm gonna go mess with tech shit. Where does it come from? Oh, from China. It probably looks like Yoko Opera because it's the exact same voice actor, I think. Also, that is a terrible Photoshop job. I swear to God, they photoshopped the hair on there.
It looks like it, yeah.
You know, at least glad of one thing. We don't get the Super Tyson footage during the opening.
Seriously.
At least I have the reason to skip it. But while the opening's going, I'm gonna go check Twitter to see if there's anything there. Nope, of course not. Oh. There were a lot of the 30th anniversary Mario amiibos getting sold at Walmart.
Oh,
Both
really?
colors, too. Yeah. I think there was more modern than the classic, but there was plenty there. It was the only amiibos they were selling at Walmart. Yeah, GameStop doesn't open until... All right, I turned off my phone because it didn't change time zones. Let me turn it back on. Yeah, it doesn't open until like 5 o'clock tonight. Which I'm like, nope, Ike is not worth that. Or whatever other restocks they're getting. Because apparently it's not just Ike they're getting. I think it's like Ike, Schulp, and a Little Mac, I think, and a couple others. It's essentially rare guys. Which is also the people I'm missing. Like that. Yep, Nat swapped over. Here, here, but why are you a clown?
Because it's the only disguise not taken?
It's still dumb. Well, this won't be a problem.
Not at all.
Must resist urge to be Big Brother. She is all fired up today. Four hours!
Well, they got plenty of time.
It's there where? Let's say, is all you're gonna do is just make random noises?
Apparently. Possibly.
Can you turn around? Irma, you look like an idiot.
Yep.
Well, she is also speaking gibberish.
Yeah.
Oh, he has a vocal tick. Of course he has a vocal tick. And he's a complete pushover. Yeah, we'll figure out later. Oh, wow, they do have a stock footage sequence. I didn't think they had a stock footage sequence.
Yeah, but it's not that bad.
Yeah.
And it lasts all of, what, 2 seconds?
Yep. Just as long as the ghost stock footage sequence. Which they haven't used in a couple episodes, I think. No, they used in episode 6. I don't think they used in episode 7. Granted, Spectre's also got a stock footage sequence. Oh, Oh, I know one thing we haven't speculated about with Ghost. Who the fuck Necron's gonna be?
Oh yeah. I don't know though.
I'm willing to put money on a new character, but I don't know. I have to think because Akari's like researching all this shit with the monolith and stuff. She will be the one who invents a device for a writer at some point in the show. You have a giant monster after you that will kill you. Oh god, it is the same voice actor. Or not voice actor, just same actress. Oh my god, that effect.
Oh my god.
I will say they have mastered the split screen effect.
Yeah.
They can have someone in the middle and it work. It's just the weird transitions. Nope. Yeah, I have to think Akari's gonna invent something for either Ghost, Spectre, or Necron. Because you don't put a character in a position to research shit if they don't make something.
True.
It's the same with Rena. Like, she wasn't in the research position to never make anything. Hell, she made most of Drive's gear. And Mox, or like half of Mox gear. And Chase's entire rider getup.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just don't know whether it's going to be a pure tech thing or a tech magic thing. That's exactly why you should be worried. I wouldn't say normal, but it's as normal as the life gets with this.
Yeah.
To be fair, we don't really get that at the end of the series because Zed takes place at post Ghostbusters. Damn it, I said Ghostbusters. Go Busters! I was gonna do that at some point, I know.
Well, it doesn't help too the different writing crews.
Yeah. But yeah, Zed's the technical post Go Busters movie outside of Go Busters Go Kaiger, which doesn't really do that much, to be honest with them. I love that she's looking at it like, the fuck is this and why am I using it? At 3 years old.
Yeah.
He doesn't like this at all.
Nope.
Why does he get 2 exits? Blue could use 2 exits.
Yeah, but Blue don't need 2 exits. Right?
It has a walker form. I mean, it can't take a Megazord down on its own, but still. See, why did you do that last episode? You did this episode, but you didn't do it last episode.
Maybe they were out of swords. Wow, this is gonna be interesting.
Yep. And I love how this is almost implies that they only have one ace suit. Yeah, they only have one ace suit. God damn it. Uh, really?
Uh-oh.
Well, just shove him out of the way. And now everyone's confused on why she's talking in the third person.
Oh.
To be fair, that's probably the only one he needs. Yep, that's the only one he needs. Although it is nice to see that they are still keeping this whole Enter trying to make his own Megazord plot in play. Wearing a completely different outfit. So bad he didn't copy Red. Then we could actually use his weak point to actually help. Because I think he copied that too.
I would think. Or you know what they could do at this point? Let it copy yellow. True.
Yeah.
Then it would be a matter of just wait.
Yeah.
Or this works too.
Yeah, just blow it up. That's how we solve all our problems. Wait, what about Turkey counting him and doing a counterattack thing? I don't know what the fuck's going on Twitter. Um,
Fair point. Only one can get the sword back.
true. Yeah, we haven't had Go Buster in a while.
You know what would be funny?
What?
They do this and then it copy it.
It probably will. Hey, we got long enough in the episode. It probably will. Nope, they're going for the finish.
It would have been hilarious if it had done it though.
Yeah.
Looked like it just gave up there.
Yeah, it's just like, crap, I got hit. Oh, I'm dead.
It's like, I'm gonna act like I'm dying. I forget this.
Wow, it's in English too. I love that they bring that up too. And it's the same shots that were in the episode.
Yep.
I love that trope too, even though it's dumb as well. Yep, all security footage is exactly the footage that was in the episode. No matter how improbable the camera angle is. Oh my god, it's over! Yes!
Thank God.
Whew. You never have to worry about Superior Tyson ever again. Unless we decided to do it as a finale.
No.
What about Zed?
No.
Um, We're kind of running out of movies, you know that, right?
Yes,
There is no good option for the finale.
I know.
Literally none.
I know. Yeah, I know.
Like, it ranges from bad to okay to we can't watch this because we haven't watched the other show. Then you literally need to watch the other show to understand any part of this movie. And what's bad is that's the best movie. Like, Go Kaiser, Go Busters is probably the best movie out of all the movies we could do that are connected to Go Busters. Literally, it's the best movie. Of course, Enter would be dressed in a fucking panda costume.
Yeah.
Of course, he would do something like that. Damn it!
Ah!
Ugh. Why won't you leave us alone? Leave! Leave! End the promotion! Fuck that movie! Oh. Can Shinta put out his review of fucking Kamen Rider Sango so I can just hear that movie get ripped apart? Because I need to hear a Kamen Rider another Tyson movie getting ripped apart to make up for being reminded of Superhero Tyson and Zen and Kamen Rider Tyson all over again. Now, Orange Land put out their subs for Ghost today, apparently.
Oh, really?
Yep.
This late?
Apparently. Well, TV Nihon's always this late, too.
True.
Like, they put out this episode. It's not even out yet.
Wow.
Shuriken Sentai's out. It came out today. I mentioned that TV Nihon puts out their episodes super late. Anyway. Overthinking Go Busters minus all the Superhero Tyson crap.
Superhero Tyson crap can go jump off a bridge.
Very true.
The episodes were good, though.
Yeah. Go Busters is a good show, for the most part. I mean, hell, if we had a fucking serialized Sentai show, when was the last time we had that? And it's not red focused.
Yeah, I know.
I think it gets like really red focused later, but it has a reason for being red focused later.
Is it a good reason?
Yeah.
Okay, then I'm fine with it.
I'll put it this way: Enter's involved.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a very good reason why it gets red focused later. Plus, I don't mind it getting red focused then because we've gotten team focus up until that point. Yeah, it's two good episodes of Go Busters. I've enjoyed this look back at Go Busters. It's nice to go back to a Sentai show that is good after two very boring, kinda bad Sentai shows on a weekly basis.
Yeah.
Like, if Tokyo got good, too little, too fucking late in my book, to be honest, because there was nothing to keep it keep me invested until then. I mean, at least writer shows can keep me interested, even if they're not the best at points. AKA Wizard. Sometimes it wasn't that good, week to week. But you know what? I was invested in the characters. That's more than I can say for Shugen Sentai or Tokyo. I don't give a shit about anyone on these casts, which makes me really not give a shit about their Versus movie. Yeah, their Versus movie, it's just gonna be the two teams teaming up. And I'm like, I don't give a shit about anyone here, to be honest. Literally, I don't give a shit about anyone. Like, I know you had to go to fucking Dinosaur Sentai team up for the Go Busters movie, but you've done nothing for you did nothing for Kyoryuger, Tokyo. Hell, I haven't even watched that movie, to be honest. I have no interest in watching that movie, even if it's a post-Kyoryuger movie. And I like Kyoryuger. I think it's because of the whole Tokyo draft, but I'm like, I don't care. Tokyo has literally turned me off a movie that I would kind of actually want to see.
Which kind of sucks.
Yeah. So yeah, Go Busters is like, hey, I like Go Busters. This is when I actually wanted to watch Sentai on a weekly basis. Maybe this new Sentai show will be better. Hell, it's filming right now. Hopefully. I think it's filming right now. I think we've gotten the spy shot of on set.
I would hope it is filming by now. I really would.
It's a big enough production to make it seem like it is. Granted, it was only Red that we saw on set. And it's too far away to make out any details on the suit. It's just a confirmation they're filming right now. Anyway. Next week, more Go Busters, because we're not willing to trade off on anything right now.
Yeah, I don't think we're playing for right now anyhow.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna do Ghost until, like, next year.
At least.
Yeah, it probably won't be around until January before we do Go Bust or Ghost. Damn it!
We're doing Go Busters.
It's gonna screw me up until we're past it. This is how it's gonna be. It doesn't help that people did the Ghostbusters reference thing with logos. So that idea is already implanted in me.
True.
Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna do the arena pick until between now and then. We might, but I don't know what it'd be. I know we have a Christmas special planned that's TGSR related. It's a terrible idea, but we're probably going to do it. Because if we're going to cash in on hype, we might as well do it right.
Truthfully, I don't think we should have another old pick until the end.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it'll throw us off. So.
Yeah. It'll probably be from Go Busters from here till somewhere beginning of January. I don't know.
Because I would assume we would count the Christmas idea as its own thing and not actually part of the season. Like,
well,
count it as a special concept.
Well, it would come out on a Friday.
True.
Because it would come out just in time for Christmas. And don't worry, folks, I will crack a joke about the fact that it's going to be recorded super far in advance. But if I get the time, I might write up a dumb intro. I have some of it figured out. Yeah. Anyway.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it's... You know by now that half my ideas are stupid, dumb ideas, and somehow they work.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, Go Busters next week. Probably Go Busters from here on out until January. More Ghost Talk as we get like the second half of this two-parter, and oh boy. Can't wait till that second half.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I had to do it. I had to do it.
And we get more Ruby this weekend.
Yep.
Thank God, I need a new episode of Ruby. So I'm like, where you left off, I need another episode, damn it. I need more Crow in my life. I still can't believe they're like, oh yeah, he visits a bar called Crow Bar. I'm like, he's not running it. You didn't go just that extra step with this dumb idea. Instead, I think you have the same old man who does everything else in the show run Crow Bar.
I thought it was a different guy.
That probably was a different guy. I just assumed the old man runs everything.
Well, I mean, he does run most things.
Damn it. It'll be the one background character that everyone likes. Just like the chick from Gaim.
Oh god.
Everyone's favorite background character, for no reason! So yeah. Until then, folks, that'll do it for
Ramp it up, Salon.
I'm Paceberry2448 saying we'll see you on the next round of Games of Effect. Peace out.
Don't forget to click the links in the top and the bottom and check out the other shows in the annotations. Also, for those on mobile, you can find all the links in the description below. Till next time.